Hi everybody, welcome back. Let's talk rubrics in Flipgrid right now. So I wanted to show you this page because I just can't stress enough that you don't have to use Flipgrid for everything and you don't have to use one tool for everything. Make sure to mix it up for your own sanity and for your student sanity. So we all have tools that we prefer, your students will have tools they prefer, but make sure that the tool you're using fits well with the assessment, with the content, whatever it needs. Let your assessment and the content be the driver here. Also, if you're not familiar, as familiar with Flipgrid, remember that there is a help button once you get logged into the site, which is free, right above my head up here, and you can type it in rubric and it will show up as a help page where it will take you through step by step, since this is really just an overview video. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey, so my head's moving around on you. So if you're familiar with Flipgrid, this will look completely familiar to you. If you're not as familiar, there's a great help resource over there. You can learn more about it, but I really do encourage you to play with it. So if you've used it before, you'll know what I'm talking about. But in order to create a rubric, you need first your group and then your topic already set up. So this is something we used over the summer. This topic is to welcome our students back to campus. So it's full of professors and they don't mind if I share it with you. So we are inside a topic now, and in order to set up your rubric or edit it in any way, you will go into your topic, you're going to choose actions, and then you will choose edit topic. Clicking on that will take you to the editing topic page where you can choose feedback. Okay, so here we are on the edit topic page. I've scrolled all the way down to the feedback. It's just the very bottom here on the page. And we have our basic feedback, which is the built-in rubric that Flipgrid would give you. It's a great place to start. We also have our custom feedback, and this is where you can create your own rubrics and base it on what your assignment needs and the way you want to assess your student learning. So in order to do that, you can add criteria. You can add as many as you need or as few as you need. I have two examples here. We have extends the conversation. So this one, I want to make sure that what they're saying allows room for discussion and replies, scoring it from 0 to 10, even though we can go all the way up to 100. And then quality of content. So again, want to make sure that they're on task, on prompt, and it's thoughtful, professional, and appropriate. And again, we could 0 to 10, but all the way up to 100 is a possibility. I can check one or I can check both. But again, you can go as many as you need. And when you're ready, you'll go ahead and choose update, and that will bring you back to your topic homepage. Okay, so we're back in our topic. We have our rubric built, and now we're ready to provide that substantial, wonderful feedback that students can take and immediately apply. So one other thing that I feel like I need to point out is in a situation like this, it's also best, I have my rubric, but it'd be great if I could model what I'm expecting to see. So if this were a real assignment, I would go ahead and make the first post and show my students exactly what I was hoping to see them do as well, so they could model after me. Okay, so these are our great ed tech faculty, College of Education faculty, but we're going to go ahead and look at our director of the School of Education, Dr. Chris Winkler. We'll click on his post and give him some feedback. Okay, so now we're in Dr. Winkler's video. We have his open public comments where I could leave a comment, but everyone would see it. But we also have his private feedback where I can do the grading rubric. I have this beautiful grading rubric here. It has the various topics I've left. It has the descriptors I've left, and I can assign points from 0 to 10 based on each criteria. So let's go ahead and assign him some points based on his wonderful, thoughtful feedback and the ways that we can extend the learning community that we have in this Flipgrid assignment. I can leave him private feedback either via text or video, and then I can copy it to send it to him or just go ahead and email it directly. So one thing I do want to point out is what I like to do is I like to use my rubric. It points out the negatives. Maybe they don't get the full points, but the rubric will tell them why, so that I can then leave a video recording to build that lasting relationship. I love to highlight what they did really, really well. I love to encourage them in the video. I, of course, direct them back to the rubric to help them think about things they can improve for next time. But instead of having to use my recording to really focus in on, the marks down and what they could have done better, Instead, I just use it as a great chance to support them and encourage them, and then we just redirect our focus back to the rubric to look at the grade itself. So it's a great chance to take ownership of their learning and build those relationships. Okay, so now that we have our grades, say we've put them in for the entire assignment, one other very cool thing I wanted to show you is that you can export data. So you can export the grades from your Flipgrid activity out into Excel in order to use it as your gradebook or import it back into something else. So if we open up Excel here as a CSV file, you'll be able to see that for Dr. Winkler's over here, I have his 7 and his 6 I assigned him. So it's possible to put it for everybody and then have this in an Excel workbook in order to do what you need to do with it. It also leads us into the conversation of what a great rubric tool Excel can even make if you are more comfortable using Excel than some of the other digital tools.